Good morning, everybody. As always, I'm going to give it just a moment to make sure I stay connected. Technology has been cooperating lately, but that doesn't mean it won't give me a hard time at some point, such as the yin yang of the modern world. All right, I think we are good. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I did take a bunch of days off from doing lives, mostly because I was really congested. My allergies this time of year are really bad, and I had a couple days where I just needed to chill. I also was struggling vocally, so I didn't think my voice was in a place that I could lead a yoga practice or a guided meditation. But I'm feeling better little by little, and so I definitely missed these morning practices. As I've said before, the beautiful part about hosting these guided meditations is I always do the meditation myself before I offer it for you, so that I can feel it in my body, so that I can make sure that it kind of goes correctly and it's the right amount of time, etc. And so I'm all zenned out this morning, and I feel really good. So hopefully you will too. This morning, we're going to do a loving kindness meditation. This is actually a pretty standard meditation. It's one that we were taught in our yoga teacher training, that we did multiple times. There's many versions of it, so there's not one standard script, and I've kind of taken pieces and parts from the ones that I resonated with the most and have made my own over time. But it's a really, really lovely meditation because what it does is it just taps in to this emotion, this really powerful emotion of love, and allows you to sort of feel it inwardly and outwardly. So, inwardly towards self and outwardly towards people in the world, people that you already love, people that you might struggle to love, and just really kind of fills you with not just the sensation of love, but a reminder of how powerful love can be. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and find yourself a comfortable seat. As I always say, you can sit on the floor like me. I prop myself up against a million pillows to feel comfortable, so you don't need to be sitting up unsupported. You can lean back. You can have your legs out in front of you. You can have your legs crossed, or you can sit in a chair. My husband finally joined one of the meditations last week, and he sat in this chair. I did the meditation elsewhere, and he sat up here. So wherever you are comfortable, you want to feel like your body is as comfortable as possible, as stable as possible, so that you don't feel like you need to fidget or move around. If you do need to fidget or move around during the meditation, go ahead. There's no perfect way. There's no right way to meditate. You don't want to feel like you're distracted by your body. So if there's something that itches or there's something that needs to be adjusted, go ahead and do it, and then forget it. So settling into your comfortable seat, I have this beautiful sun coming in my window, so I'm going to try to keep me in the shot, although you won't really need to see me much going forward. Settling into your comfortable seat, you can wiggle back and forth a little bit, feeling grounded on your sits bones, on both buttocks, and then come to stillness. For a moment, just grow tall all the way up your spinal column. Feel like you can just increase the space between each vertebra just a little, like micro bit, all the way up through the crown of your head, through your cervical spine, and all the way up through the crown. And then you can release that. And again, you can either stay sitting up straight or you can recline back. Just don't hunch forward because you want to keep your chest cavity, your lungs, and your diaphragm open. Take a moment to roll out your wrists. You might want to roll out your arm from the elbow down. If you go in one direction, go in the other direction. You can make fists and then extend your fingers. Just shaking loose any of the tension from an overnight of sleep, any stress that's already built up in your morning. And then let that go. Let your hands fall to your side or to your lap, wherever is comfortable. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Bring them back and then let them slide down. Nod your head yes or no. And if it's comfortable for you, you can take a few head circles, rolling your head in one direction and then in another direction. And taking a moment to make any final movements that you need to bring your body to stillness. And when you feel comfortable doing so, close your eyes or cast your gaze downward. From here forward, you don't need to see me. So if you're holding on to a phone or an iPad or a laptop, you can place it down. You can turn away from the screen or turn the screen away from you, whatever is comfortable for you. All you need is the sound of my voice coming into this present moment. It's just you in this space, in your body. There's nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to worry about. Sometimes taking 20 minutes feels like an impossibility with all the busyness of life. But I guarantee you that taking 20 minutes for yourself, for cultivating a healthy mindset, for allowing yourself this reset of meditation will make you more productive and more at ease the rest of your day. So as you sit here in this place, knowing that all that matters is this present moment, begin to connect to your breath and just notice it, witness it, without trying to judge it or change it. Notice your inhales. Do they feel deep or shallow, full, or maybe stagnant? Notice your exhales. Do they feel labored or pure? Just listen to what your breath is telling you about your current state of mind, your current well-being. This is just information. Letting us know how our body and our mind are connected. Are we tired? Are we anxious? Are we excited? Are we depressed? The breath is one of the surest signals to this information. It's important that we witness it, learn from it, but don't judge it. And now see if you can deepen your inhale, breathing through the nose, and then lengthen the exhale, really slowing it down and letting every breath out. Lengthen the inhale, extend the exhale. Lengthening the inhale and extending the exhale. See if you can bring the inhale and the exhale to roughly equal lengths. You don't need to count, it doesn't need to be precise, but feel in your body that you are inhaling for the same amount of time, the same amount of breath as you are exhaling. And as we move through the remainder of this meditation, know that at any point in time, if you lose my voice, if you get distracted, if what I'm saying no longer serves you, if an intrusive thought comes into your mind, you can always come back to this breath, check in with your breath, find this equal inhale and exhale pattern, and focus there. In today's practice, we'll be cultivating loving kindness. We all have within us this natural capacity for loving and for kindness. In other words, friendship, kinship that is unconditional, gentle, and supportive. Loving kindness is the natural opening of a compassionate heart to ourselves and to others. It's a subconscious, internal, instinctual wish that everyone on the planet find contentment. As with anything we do, it is important to begin developing loving kindness toward ourselves, allowing our hearts to open with self-love, with compassion, and with tenderness to ourselves. Continuing to breathe. Allow yourself to remember and open up to your basic goodness. Remember who you are at your core. Remember times where you have been kind or generous. Remember that it is your natural desire to increase happiness and minimize suffering. If you're finding it difficult to tap into compassion for yourself, look at it through the eyes of someone you know loves you unconditionally. What would they say to you? What would they tell you your worth is, your value is? What would they say they love about you? Imagine yourself as a young child, 4 or 5 years of age. Imagine that this compassionate, soulful, naturally content-driven person, unencumbered by stress, by judgment, by frustration and anger with the outside world. At your core, you are love. Let yourself feel that. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice how it feels to be synonymous with love. Maybe you feel warm. Maybe a smile begins to turn the corners of your mouth up. Maybe you feel a sense of expansiveness. this feeling, this is loving kindness. And it's accessible to all of us always. Breathe here. Breathe into this feeling of open, unconditional love of self. Bask in its peace. Bask in its acceptance. Bask in its abundance. Now, extending this loving kindness further, bring to mind someone or someones who are dear to you, your closest inner circle, the people who you care about and who have always been supportive. Reflect on their basic goodness. At their root are synonymous with love. Bring to mind what in particular you love about these people. In your heart, feel an appreciation for them. Feel how their presence in your life only extends your ability to cultivate loving kindness, only extends its presence and its abundance. Now open the circle a little further and bring in a neutral person. Someone you might see regularly but don't know well or don't really have enough information to form an opinion on. Might be a neighbor, a clerk at a store, a coworker. Feel in your heart that this person, at their root, is love. Know that they seek and desire to increase happiness and reduce suffering. Imagine that they too add to the presence and abundance of love on this planet and in your heart. And now, if it is possible for you, extend the circle a little further and bring to mind someone or someones with whom you have a difficult relationship. Perhaps it's somebody you don't feel is sympathetic to you or that you have trouble sympathizing with, someone with whom you disagree on fundamental core values, potentially someone who brings up feelings of resentment. Calling upon this feeling of loving kindness for yourself, for your loved ones, for the everyday people we encounter. Try to remember that this person or these people with whom you struggle are at their core good, are at their core love. They too, like all of us, wish to increase happiness and reduce suffering. And while they may do it in a way that's counter to you, they are worthy and deserving of love and of kindness. Breathing here, continuing to cultivate and emanate this feeling of loving kindness. Say to yourself, in your mind's eye and in your heart, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I know that at my core, I am love. Turn to the person or people you love the most, your inner circle, and say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you know that at your core, you are love. Turn to the neutral person. Know that they represent all of humanity, all of the strangers in the world, all of those people who are reflections of you rippling out across this planet, and say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you know that at your core, you are love. And again, if it's possible and comfortable for you, turn now to that person or people with whom you struggle. Despite your difficult relationship, say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you feel my love now. May you accept yourself just as you are. May you know that at your core, you are love. Coming back to your breath, noticing just for a moment if anything has changed in your breathing, in your body. Allow yourself to take one deep, cleansing inhale and let it go. Bringing hands to heart center, pressing your thumbs against your heart and your pinky fingers extending towards the world. May you all be filled with loving kindness. May you all accept yourself just as you are. May you cultivate this sense of loving kindness inwardly and emanate it outwardly to the world. May you know that at your core, you are love. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.